Dumped on a rural road in South Berwick, May of last year, the body of a young boy, murdered. But who was he? Police released this computer-generated image.
And I kept feeling like a Cameron name, it was like that Cam, I kept getting that.
Caroline Probert is a self-proclaimed medium from Falmouth. She called police with a name and a description of what happened to the boy. He was finally identified as Camden Hughes.
I saw him, and all I kept hearing was, "I can't breathe," and I kept saying this.
Did you profess to killing your
Camden's
son?
mother admitted to suffocating him in a New Hampshire hotel, then dumping his body in Maine. Another case where psychic intervention surfaced, Buxton, November 2006, the disappearance of a teenage girl named Corinne Weesey. The 15-year-old had been seen near this park along the Saco River.
When you're looking for a missing person, any information you get is helpful.
In the early days of the investigation, Buxton Police Chief Michael Grovo received half a dozen calls from people claiming to be psychics. In the end, he says, some were correct. They eventually found Weesey's body in the river and ruled it a suicide.
You asked the people that said that she was in the river, absolutely. I mean, they were right. There was a couple that said that.
One of the most prominent cases involving police and psychic work came back in 2001, the murder of Amy St. Laurent. She was a 25-year-old woman who was beaten and shot to death by a man she had a chance encounter with one night here in the Old Port.
In that case, former detective Joe Laughlin called Vicki Monroe, a psychic messenger, for help.
I immediately, there she was, standing in front of me, Amy. Full, looking just like I'm looking at you.
At that time, only police knew that Jeffrey Russ Gorman and two of his friends had been interviewed by authorities.
The first thing she said that was very pronounced was she mentioned the suspect's name.
And I said, oh, she just said Jeff. And I said, the other name I get, Gorman.
And I went, whoa, okay. Now, there was no information in the paper. There's no way that you can put two and two together at that point in time.
Police zeroed in on Gorman.
There was a trauma, a blow to the head. And then she's suddenly standing in front of this large farm, which I then find out is, a very popular farm, that Smiling Hill Farm.
It turns out Jeff Gorman's mother lives along Route 22 in Scarborough, not far from the Smiling Hill Farm.
I said, I see a yellow house. She's telling me he lived in 2 states. He lived down south, and now he's living with his mother. Look for the house. Look for her. They're close.
On an afternoon in early December, 6 weeks after she had disappeared, the body of Amy St. Laurent was found in a shallow grave with a large board covering her body, just as the psychic had said. Laughlin credits good old-fashioned police work for solving this case, but says the information provided by psychic Vicki Monroe played a crucial part too.
She said things that were totally unique and outside any information that she could possibly get. In other words, it made me go, oh my God, there's something here.
Jeffrey Gorman was tried and convicted of murder. He's now serving a 60-year prison sentence. In Portland, Jim Keithley, News 8.